Hi guys, I'm in the dressing gown. It's Sunday and bit of a hangover. Not too bad. Was out last night seeing my mate Stephen who appeared on the channel. I uploaded that video Wednesday, but he did the interview on Sunday, last Sunday, so exactly a week ago today. Great fella, super static, were excellent, and I've been converted to heavy metal music for sure. Yeah, it was a really good night out in Fibber McGee's in Parnell Street, Dublin 1. It was a bit of a dodgy enough area around there, but there's a lot of really good bars, so definitely check them out. They're a good laugh. That's a spot for metalheads, so it was definitely worthwhile going and seeing it. And I posted a few videos about that. Didn't drink too much, but met up with my mate Noel as well, so that was really good to see him. Um, Something I want to talk about, like while it's still fresh in my mind, and because I'm not too badly hungover, thank God, was events leading up to it. So I had a great night, thankfully, because it kind of got out of my mind what happened beforehand. Now, I've talked about this before, briefly about public transport and what happens on it. Like I've witnessed everything you can imagine. To people riding on buses, to people threatening someone with a knife, taking drugs, like someone just snorting cocaine on the back of a bus right beside me while talking to me. You know, I've seen it all. So like when I see someone drinking on the bus or whatever, I'm kind of oblivious to it at this stage. Do you know what I mean? My attitude is I don't really need the hassle. You know, as long as you're not bothering me, I couldn't really give a shit what you do. Um, as I say, plenty of people drink on the bus and whatever. I've done it myself, but on the way out to a night out, not I don't just binge drink on the bus on my way home from work. At least I'm doing it going to an event, so I know it'd be a bit hypocritical if I was to judge other people for doing it. But just to tell you what happened last night, like got on the bus, bus Aaron. So the two that goes from Wexford all the way into, oh well, it goes all the way out to the airport, but it goes into Dublin city centre as well. I was going to get off a Custom House, which is Dublin 1, and walk up O'Connell Street to get the Fibber McGee's. That was my plan. That's not what happened. Um, so there's a family getting on the bus in Gorey, where I live. Got on, had a chat and a laugh with the dad. So it was a father and a mother with their young son, getting on, and was just chatting to the dad. Had a bit of a laugh, then went down the back of the bus. I like sitting down the back because I've got really long legs, so um, I prefer to just let them lie out. So that was fine, and then this bus cuts through Arklow in South Wicklow, and I've witnessed all kinds getting on before. Like I told you about that Scouse couple that got on and were causing trouble, and I refer to them, to kind of back this up because I think it's important to mention it. But this gay couple got on, and like I'm not judging, just FYI, I don't judge anyone. I know plenty of great gay people out there, and so I don't judge. Like that's not an issue at all. Just want to clarify that. Just saying it because that's the fact of the matter, and it'll be relevant as I go further on into this. But yeah, it's they got on and they had, like, you could hear bags of cans, like clattering around in one of their bags, and I kind of saw them and I thought to myself, oh, these guys sound like they're up to no good. I think at least one of them was a member of the travelling community because he said he was going to take his boyfriend back to the holding site and bathroom. So that's kind of an indication. And the surname was Ward. He was saying it, like screaming it out on the thing. So there's a couple of travellers that I would have met, and it's a common surname in the travelling community. But also, like, just saying it, FYI, because he was claiming discrimination for that and also being gay. And I just want it to be noted that he hasn't got a leg to stand on here. And I'm not shitting all over anyone, neither the gay community nor the travelling community, because I was even doing a course there with a girl from the travelling community and she was fine, no issue with her whatsoever. But it's people like this lad, because I know there's a lot of tension that happens. This lad gives them a bad name, you know, carrying on this way. You know, all the good ones out there get a bad rep because of people like him. And just because you're gay doesn't give you a free pass. Doesn't mean you're innocent automatically. You know, you can be bad either way. But they get on, they're drinking. This fella was obviously the one who wore the trousers in the relationship. You know, and they're kind of talking. They're playing music loudly enough. They don't seem to have much of a regard for other people. But I'm awake. I couldn't really care less. You know. Um, they turned it down. So I was just kind of listening to it a little bit, but I was like, yeah, just I'm gonna keep my wits about me. I don't trust these lads. Just the way they were carrying on, like drinking on the bus, falling all over everybody. Just causing trouble, you know. But you kind of go, look, fuck it, it's not anything I haven't seen before. But then the main fella starts hitting the other lad, his partner, and properly hitting him. And you're kind of there going, "Oh, I've gotten involved in stuff like that before," and then the partner getting hit turns on you. I was kind of like, I'm not fucking doing it, you know, they're both as bad as each other. But then it started carrying on, and the family that I mentioned earlier were just sitting there minding their own business, and then these two lads start like meeting the face off each other, like almost riding, you know, like they were kissing each other and getting really, you know, a bit disgusting on the bus, you know, like in front of people, and then claiming discrimination. Like, no straight couple, if it was a man and a woman, you'd say the same thing. You don't carry on that way. And the dad politely asked him, "Can you stop, please? Like, I have a child on here. Do you mind not carrying on that way?" And obviously, these people are not used to being told no, because they start screaming. Now, it was mostly the main fella, you know, the lad who threatened to batter his partner in the holding site. We'll just call him Ward because that's all he gave us. But yeah, just a nasty piece of work, you know. He start going, "Oh, I'll do what I fucking want," you know. It's like the 21st century. Like, am I not allowed to show affection towards my partner and all, and claiming the moral high ground? Meanwhile, leaving fucking beer cans lying around all over the place and falling all over people. But he went to hit his partner and batter him. Ward did now, and then he hit the dad. That's what I saw, and I was there thinking, like, I'm not some fella who, like, I'm not going to big myself up and say that I'm the hard man. Believe me, I just want to get where I need to go without any hassle, any trouble whatsoever. But when I saw that happening, and the driver getting up and stopping the thing and having to go back, and then they were threatening the wife of this man, the poor young fella's mother, because she said, "If you don't stop, I'm going to call the guards, you know, the police," which is pretty reasonable. And he goes, "Oh, I'm going to call the police on me for what? Showing affection to my partner? You're homophobe," and they start roaring abuse and saying they were homophobic and all this stuff, and saying they just hated him because he was a member of the travelling community. No, nobody's allowed to act that way. I don't give a shit who you are, you know. Don't start claiming discrimination when you're acting like a piece of shit. It fucking drives me mental. And then your man I saw him make contact with the dad, like hit him, you know, or shove him when I think he was trying to hit his boyfriend, but he caught the dad as well, like the fellow with his kid. And I got up and I said, "Cop the fuck on, there's a young lad on the bus here and he's crying. You're after hitting his dad in front of him, like, what the fuck are you at?" And then he said, he obviously got very paranoid or was after taking something because he was there saying, I never touched my partner, what are you talking about? I said, I'm not fucking talking about your partner. Because he was obviously threatening him and he's done this before. And he was saying to him, did I hit you? Did I hit you? To the partner who was obviously, upset at this stage and he was cowering in the corner. Which isn't nice to see either way. I mean, they were both unpleasant human beings, put it that way. But it was obvious that Ward was the main man in this. Boy, I wasn't going to do anything, like, I'll be honest with you. I really wasn't. I was there thinking, oh, just let us get to where we need to go and that'll be that. But I said, you don't fucking hit a fella in front of his kid, and then threaten his wife, like, cop on to yourself. What kind of a man are you? And then the driver came by and just said, look, can you please just calm down? I'll get them off now. And I said to your man, sit the fuck down or get off, don't start threatening a family. And then he said, I'm not doing anything, pleading his innocence. And then he just said, when I sat down, he was like, I'll just deal with my partner as I see fit. And then he hit him, got off the bus straight after. Your man sat up the front of the bus, the other fella, Ward, got off the bus, and then the other fella sat up the front. Then the other lad, Ward, he got off and started hitting the front of the bus and, after threatening people and then just getting off. As I got up and just made my presence known, I was like, get the fuck off, stop threatening people, And I think it was the right thing to do. Like, I'm not one for doing that normally, but I thought, no, I'm not letting the fucking family get hassled by this prick taking the moral high ground, and he's a piece of shit. But the thing got delayed, of course, because we all have to suffer as a result of his actions. The guards were called, and the bus driver, in fairness to him, because he's not allowed to do much. He shouldn't have to do anything. He was there going, if you don't behave, I'm throwing you off. After I got up, he didn't say it to me, like, he was saying it to them, and he asked the fella if he was alright because he was after getting a couple of thumps. He said, does this thing happen regularly? So it's obvious domestic violence, which is never nice to see. I just checked on the family to see if they were okay. They said, yeah, we're grand, cheers. But a woman on the bus made sure the young fella was okay and was kind of looking after him. I was thinking I didn't want the dad to have to get up and defend himself and leave the young fella on his own. But yeah, the whole thing got stopped. I was due to get in at about 9 o'clock. Ended up having to hop off and get another bus. Now I'm fine, I have a free travel pass, which is so handy, but they'd paid for a ticket, that family, and then were told that they were going to be delayed because of that scumbag's actions. And the driver had to get up and, stand in between when they went up the front of the bus. Like, it's ridiculous. I was made a video there where I was talking about negatives about Ireland and is it great for young people or whatever, and it's not, but this is an aspect of Ireland which I haven't seen anywhere else, I have to say, or at least not to the same degree. That's antisocial behaviour, and how good people get affected by it all the time, and it's not fair, it's not on. Nothing seems to be done. There's never any security on the Lewis, the buses, or anything, The poor driver has to get up and split them up. And it's like that occasion where I was on the Wexford, yeah, I should stop getting on bus air and the 2. It's not the Wexford bus, but it's the 2 that goes from Wexford to the Dublin airport. Where that Scouts couple got on and he started taking lumps out of his missus. And there were the two junkie lads, and we called them because they were obviously after taking something, but they were drinking on the bus and making noise, but they weren't actually harming anyone else. But then, like, they flip so fast. You'll notice how volatile these people are. They just switch. Everything's fine 1 minute and then the next, and something will kick off. It'll take only a slight little thing to kick people off. And there is absolutely no deterrent, because if you do anything, you're the one that's going to get sued. These fuckers won't get anything happening to them. They'll claim you assaulted them, and they'll get a fucking payout while you won't. And I've seen it, And I'm conscious of every variable, you know. I said to your man, like, if you hit me or if you touch that woman, because he was threatening the woman, this is just last night now. I said, I will fucking deck you. You know, like I'm there going, you're not gonna touch me, and he didn't square up to me. He was kind of pleading his innocence more than anything else. Cause I'm a big fella, you know, and I was assertive and I was angry and I was like, don't you fucking touch them, you know. Um, saying to him, if you do anything like it, both of you two can have your lover's tiff or whatever. I don't think domestic violence is ever right, you know. But both of them look like ne'er do wells, put it that way. It's not as if either of them were good people by the looks of it, but I don't think that should ever happen. It was sad to see, to be honest with you. I actually nearly I felt really sad on the way home, like back to Wexford from Dublin. Kind of felt like, oh, another thing's after happening, you know. But you see in other countries where there's a clear police presence and security guards, um, here you're at the mercy of the scumbag. Like, anybody see that thing that happened out in Holt, the art station, where a poor young girl, they were obviously going off to some event, she had heels on, but there were these little scumbags on bikes, like BMXs, threatening and intimidating people, and they've been doing it for a while, and nothing was done about it. And they tripped up this poor young girl, and she fell under the tracks. And then the comment section of the video that was posted was, "Where are the real men here?" And you're there thinking, where are the real men? Where are the fucking security guards? Like, what if some poor young fella does intervene? Like, what if I had gotten stabbed or something, or bitten, or you name it? I don't know what that fucker would have, you know. Or if he stuck me with a fucking syringe. That's happened to people as well. Or what if I hit him after he attacked me and I did more damage and then I got sued? Then what? Um, I don't have a security license. You know, the bus driver doesn't fucking have a security license. If he does anything, he's in shit as well. And he obviously can't drive the bus off through your man, even though he fucking should. Little scroll. But yeah, like that incident on. Jeez, I always seem to be in the middle of it. I need to stop sitting down the back of the bus. Though I don't think it mattered where I sat in this case. But with that couple, like the Scouts couple, I was literally sat in the middle of them, like with my hands to either side, going, "You stay there, you fucking stay there, and fuck off." You know, there's people on this bus apart from you. I mean, that doesn't seem to actually work because they don't care. You know, they're selfish pricks, a lot of them. And you could say to me, like, well, why don't you just drive? And it's a good point, but like going into town, it's very hard to get parking. And then if you do get parking, you have to pay for it, and you're not guaranteed that your car will be in one piece when you get back. So it's so shagging dangerous in Dublin city centre. Um, you know, hubcaps getting stolen, tyres slashed, you name it. Come back and the things on cinder blocks. Plus, I was drinking, so I mean that's the main reason. And you know, lots of people get the bus up and down, and you should be able to make the assumption that you won't be assaulted on your way up and down, but you can't be guaranteed that. You say where are the real men? Well, like I got up and did something, you know. I risked something happening, but I thought like there's a family here and a young child, so that kind of takes precedence. You know, I wasn't gonna do anything if it was just words, but they start like getting really intimidating. I was like, no, I'm not fucking having that. But it's ridiculous. Like it's pathetic. There's no security anywhere. There's no presence, and they always say, like I've heard people saying in Dublin one, like Dublin city centre, the north inner city, oh, there's guards there, you just can't see them. You're like, why fuck can you not see them? Don't worry, they're there. I need to be able to see them. Like half the battle is deterring people from doing anything because you know if you do something you'll be held accountable. But there is no accountability for these fuckers whatsoever. They all get like Jesus 155 convictions by the time they're 13. They don't care. They know they'll be out in no time. It's fucking pathetic, really is, and it's sad to see. It's just why I don't go into Dublin as much anymore because it's fucking dangerous. On the way up, like this didn't even happen. Well, it got bad near Dublin, but it's more public transport in general, you know. Yeah, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and it's sick to see it happen. But nothing gets done. There's no security. There's no safety whatsoever. And being on the Red Line Lewis to and from work, you hear racist abuse. You hear homophobic abuse, people getting threatened with violence, people taking drugs. Doesn't matter, nothing's done about it. It's one of the main reasons, like, just thinking Ireland has a lot of issues, and this is certainly fucking one of them. I'm kind of getting fed up with it now, you know what I mean? And I guess the best thing to do is to not even bother going up to Dublin, because it's happened at all hours of the day as well. It's not as if it only happens at night. The incident with that Scouts couple was, yeah, it was when I was going up to rugby training to coach a bunch of kids. So that was at about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not as if it just happens at night, you know. Well, anyway, let me know your thoughts. Have you ever experienced any of this shit? And if so, how did it make you feel? It's fucking ridiculous, you know, and it needs to fucking stop. But I don't know if it will. But yeah, at least I had a good night in the end, but very nearly got off to a bad start. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Just thought I'd post that.